Welcome to another episode of High Proof Ashes. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason JB Smoke. And of course, over to my right, as always.
You know what it is, man. Duran, no cool nickname. Back at it like crack addicts.
Yeesh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
guess they can't help it.
You know, you gotta get that crack.
I'm just gonna stop right there.
And I have not had anything to drink or smoke.
Yeah, me neither.
It's been a day though.
Yeah, so like we were both talking when he got here that I just got up from work like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I walked out with the client that was, sitting with me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, so you're just right there with me.
Yeah, man.
Like,
It's been a day.
we need to get in this thing because it's been a day.
Yeah, I could use a smoke and a drink. So,
So you've had a long, rough day.
Mhm.
And, in this episode, you don't want to break the bank,
No.
right? So we're actually going to bring you two criteria bottles.
Mm-hmm.
And this episode, of course, is going to air in 2025. And even though we are going to up our price limit
Yes.
for criteria bottles starting in 2025,
These are the old limits.
these actually match the old criteria to be under $40. I want to say they're well under $40.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly.
And realistically, I know we've been talking about raising the limit. Me personally, I've been thinking I honestly think we might should just go to 50.
I was thinking 50 before because there's a lot at the 50, between that 40 and 50 price range that I think would actually be pretty decent.
Yeah.
So
if you with it, I'm with it. I think we should go to 50.
I think we should go to 50.
Y'all let us know if you think 50 is too much. We can do that too, right? Tell us in the comments if you think 50 is too much.
And we could always mention that a bottle can be like OG criteria.
Mm-hmm.
If it really is under $40, we could do that too. But in spirit of the criteria bottles, we're also going to bring you a somewhat cheaper dollar-wise cigar.
Agreed.
That I think smokes pretty well especially for its price range. And we did one of these not too long ago. The episode dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Patel, we like to talk about how many SKUs he's got.
Yeah.
Versus how many of them are good, great, average, whatever. But this is another one that is kind of in my normal rotation. You can get it at a really great price.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're only wanting to do like a 10-pack, you can get it in the single digits.
Okay.
So
that's always good.
Yeah. So this is the box press. Is it the Robusto? I think it's what they consider the Robusto. Yeah. This is the box press Robusto. And so I get this one because it's the box press.
Yeah. Well, we're both fans of box press.
Love box press. But this is the Rocky Patel Royale. And the Decade looks very similar to this cigar. And I love that cigar too. It's really good. And it's a Rocky. Other than 3 or 4 of them, you can get all the Rockies at a pretty good price.
Yeah, for sure.
But for our spirits for today, we have a fresh crack and we have not a fresh crack. So I'll go over this one here. This is the Old Tub Bottled in Bond Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It says unfiltered for more robust flavor. That's what it says.
Hope it don't taste like an old tub.
Oh my goodness. This is a Beam product. This is a Jim Beam product.
We've been shocked by some other Beam products.
We really have. So I don't know. This was literally bottom shelf, in the store. It's 3 inches from the floor.
Yes.
So
it's
bad. It's everything it sounds like.
So we'll see if it's as bad as we think it's going to be.
I've never had it before, so totally fresh crack. But you've got
Rebel 100 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is a wheated bourbon, 100 proof. Y'all know the drill, man. It's got to be at least 100 proof, at least 4 years old, under $40. Listen, this right and it's small, and I really don't care that much. It's Rebel 100. It's
now
a $40 bottle.
The other Rebel that we did, was what, the small batch?
Yeah,
is that what it was. And they're both they're both wheated.
So this is from Lux Row. I can see it embossed across the top of the bottle. So Lux Row is the distiller on this. So there you go.
I'm having trouble opening this. I don't see a perforation.
I'm gonna start with this this Rebel.
So if I recall, we enjoyed the small batch,
Yes.
for what it was.
And now Jason wants me to pour all of it out.
I did not say that. I said that if you don't like it and you don't want to hang on to it, let's put it in this little infinity barrel that we can put some stuff in that,
Why you ain't called me before I got rid of all that trash?
I didn't think about it. I just didn't think about it.
So it smells so light.
Hopefully he can drink with a fresh palate today with no memory of yesterday, because yesterday
I drank way too much.
but it was a day. Like we had some really, really great high dollar stuff. Yeah, I mean it smells young. It smells light. It doesn't smell proofy. I'll give it that.
I don't hate it.
The color's not great, but I've seen worse from a 4 year.
Sure. I mean, it's young, right? Like, if it's 4 years, it's right at it, damn it. It's right at it. Like, so, but I don't hate it. No, I haven't had a baseline for today either. So first initial impressions are, it's not good, but it's not bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
No.
Do you remember what that was? How much that was?
No. Like, yeah. It's under 40.
I know. I can't remember how much this one was, but I want to say they were both around $30.
I think so. I don't think either was like, high.
Yeah.
I don't think either was like right at the criteria cutoff.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
No. I mean, again, I also don't enjoy it.
Yeah, it's not something I would go out and get.
So we can pour that one in the.
Like even thinking of like criteria bottle status of
it's pretty low.
It still needs to be something that you would want to drink, even at the price point, right? Because I mean, we drink stuff all over the price point. Like it's all over the place. You give me something that's $20 and it tastes great. I don't care that it's $20. Whatever that may be. But hey, let's jump into this cigar. So at this point, we've come across the new year in a couple of weeks into January. Are you finding that you're getting back into the swing of things?
God, no.
I mean, as far as like work and anything else, no?
Nah, man. Like, so, we got all kinds of things on the plate right now. So, for me, the new year means it's basically fuck you from everybody that I represent, right? Because we're back at zero. You know what I'm saying? So the expectations, the goals, all of those things are there.
Reset.
And
they all reset.
So it's what have you done for me lately, right? And then, of course, we're expecting a grandbaby. So she's like, her official due date is tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of time before that happens. And then, of course, we at the beginning of the year for us, we had a loss of one of our members.
Yes, we did.
For me, you hear us talk about Whiskey Wednesday. So me and John, the member that we lost, started Whiskey Wednesday.
Right.
So that one was kind of a shocker. So a lot of stuff just kind of popped off at the beginning of the year that was unexpected, like this fucking lighter not working.
So it's. But talking about Whiskey Wednesday, it's one of those things of like any new members that come along will never meet one of the founders.
Right. And so
you know what I'm saying? Like I say one of the founders because you helped found it, but that was a big thing, of that sort of that anchor. You know.
Realistically, like my first night moving back to Tennessee, appreciate it. A friend of mine who, he doesn't really smoke cigars, but he knows I like cigars, so he took me over to the lounge, and of course, John was sitting there on the couch. Me and John went to high school together, and
Right. You'd
so
left and come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
so sitting there, and I'm like, man, I think that's John, and the guy I'm sitting with, he's like, nah, it's not. John's got this big burly beard
Sure.
now. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, hey, John, who the fuck is that? In classic Crowder form. Who the fuck is that? And it's like, oh, it's Duran and Mike. So and from there it was just like he was like, oh, how often you come down here? And I'm like, I just got back. And he's like, well, I'm here every Wednesday. I'm like, I could probably do that. And that's where it started. The next time he showed up with a bottle. And then, I showed up with a bottle the next week, and then
right.
I called a friend of mine.
Right.
Called Corey. Said, hey, we doing this thing.
And it just kind of.
And he called the person, and then
that person invites someone, and then that person invites someone, and that's just now we're at something like, I mean, if you counted everybody, it's probably somewhere in the high 20s at this point.
But yeah, man. So beginning of this year has been a doozy. It's been a rough one. So I'm trying to get back to some level of normal.
Today, I was working, and I was talking with somebody. It was just a one-on-one with one of my project managers, and he was asking me how I'm doing. And at that point, I realized, like, after whatever today is, this many days past the new year and everything that's happened around this time frame, I'm finally feeling like back to normal.
Yeah.
Like some sense of normalcy. Yeah. Today was the first day that I finally felt some sense of normalcy.
Yeah, because like for me, like there's just been little things, right? Like we've done all of these different things, like so far in the year, and so again, I think I was probably closer to John than anybody else, but like there's just little things, like still, I have to still communicate with his wife, right? Because helping her take care of insurance things, that type of thing, and so it's been a lot, right? So. Right. And then still people just like, out of the blue, like, hey, I just heard about John, and texting, calling, and, so it's different, man. Like, and it's just crazy to think that we're never going to have another Whiskey Wednesday where he attends. So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah. But yeah. I have definitely drank too much through the beginning of this year. That is not a lie.
I think I've had at least one drink like every day since Christmas. Like pretty much since Christmas.
Like I told you, I was trying to find time to take a day off, and something always happens that like.
No, I'm wrong. I did. I took 2 different single days off.
So I know I've had a day off in there somewhere, but like when I'm drinking, like I feel like I'm drinking, like.
And I guess I feel the opposite. Like before Christmas, I was doing that, right? Mm-hmm. That. I was taking lots of days off, but on those days that I was drinking kind of heavy. So after the first of the year, I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I can't.
I had family in town, so that was part of the problem.
Gotcha. Yeah, so now I'm finding myself drinking more days, but drinking way less.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess you got to find a good happy medium. Maybe I can get to the point where I don't drink anymore when I do drink, and then also take those days off.
Well, the truth of the matter is like, I'm committing myself today. Like after today's podcast, I'm going to do my very best not to drink the rest of this week. Like I'm probably not coming to Whiskey Wednesday because I need a break. Like I think my body needs a break. Like
I mean, you get to, you can feel it. You can feel it for sure.
Yeah. So after we, did the lottery yesterday and tried all of that great stuff, had a friend of mine call me and was like, hey, how'd you do at the lottery? I was like, oh, I did pretty well. He's like, did you open it? Yeah, I opened them.
He came over?
Yeah, he came over. So I did them all again.
Some of those were pretty high proof, too.
So I woke up this morning like, man, what the hell was you thinking? Like, not to mention the pours we had at the lottery.
Right. Exactly. At the lottery, after the lottery, and then you did some at home.
Yeah.
See, like, I think when I came home, I think I had one more pour for that night, and that was it.
Mm. Mm-mm.
and I was feeling good. Like
I
I was
had
fine.
6 more,
Ooh,
but I went way smaller.
gotcha. But like enjoy everything. Everything in moderation, right? That's what they say.
Yeah, yeah,
So and I'm with you. I think this year I'm going to concentrate on trying to find those harder to find,
yeah.
elusive bottles.
Hmm.
Ones that I can appreciate more and drink less. That sort of thing. I'm going to continue with the experimentation. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I'm going to get back into it, but I'm wanting to morph into blending based on flavors, not just the numbers.
yeah, yeah.
Because at this point, it's getting harder to find stuff to do or find stuff to make with. You
Right.
know, I'm having to get out of the everyday shelf available stuff
Hmm.
because that most of that stuff is average
Yeah, it's not
or it's
good.
just everyday sippers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff is good, but it's nothing you want to be mixing with left and right, right? So I've got to go find these harder to find stuff, which means I'm not going to be able to replicate it very much, right? If I
right.
find something, I might be able to make a bottle or two, and that's going to be it. And so at first when I started, I didn't. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to make something over and over and over and over and over again,
Right.
but I'm just finding that that's going to be really difficult to do.
Yeah, I feel you.
So
Again, that's why I've had to change the trajectory of what I purchase, right? Because shelf space at this point is at a premium. Like I've
mm-hmm.
got a lot of great bottles, and like I'm looking at it going like, man, you got stuff up here that you don't even visit. You know what I'm saying? Like great bottles that I don't visit.
I
So
know.
like I have to. Um, I guess that's a good sign because I don't drink enough that I'm killing off bottles on a regular. Like I've had to
Right.
make a conscious effort recently to kill bottles.
I'm with you. I have been making a concerted effort to
Yes.
kill bottles,
Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt.
mainly for shelf space because I knew
Yes.
the lottery was coming up. I went to Murphy and stopped at the ABC store, and I went in there just thinking, okay, I'm gonna I'm not going in there to throw down on half dozen bottles,
Right.
right? I want to go in there and find something that I've not been able to find somewhere else, and if I can't find that, I'm just gonna walk out with nothing,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, I'm gonna come out with only one bottle at the most,
Hmm.
and that's exactly what I did. I went in there and I got one bottle
Yeah. You
because
asshole.
because I knew that lottery was coming up, and I didn't want to. I knew that I was going to spend money there. Speaking of that, we need to go visit that store like once a month or something, once every 2 months.
I got a friend that would probably want to ride with us.
Just go up there for the day.
Yeah.
Have a cigar on the way up.
There's not a
Shop the
cool cigar
store.
lounge out there or anything?
No, not anymore. There used to be one
You,
out there, but
did you Google and see
what?
if there's anyone out
I
there?
mean, I guess I could look again, but the one that was out there shut down years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's in the middle of nowhere. That's the only liquor store in the area. That one store.
Okay.
So yeah, Murphy's a small town, man.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's super super small.
Because
So
there's got to be a cigar lounge somewhere in like the 20-minute radius of that place.
I don't think so, man. And now that you can't smoke in the casino,
Casino.
which I looked it up, they were supposedly making a smoking area, but I couldn't find anything when we went there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, this last time that we went, it just I didn't play at all, and
So you were just bored.
like it wasn't fun at all.
Yeah. It
Like
sucked.
the wife, she was like when we left, she was like, I don't think I'm ever coming back. Like she's just done with the gambling. It wasn't fun at all.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay. And I mean, in her defense, it had been probably a year plus since the last time she's gone, but just in a different place, right? Different
Mm-hmm.
headspace, and you walk around and all you see is $25 tables, and that's all I want to play is the tables. I'm not playing $25 tables.
Right.
I'm just not doing it.
That's,
So they're obviously catering to a different audience, but I don't know. Like you can look, but I don't think that there's a cigar place. I mean, there's one in Blue Ridge, right? Obviously,
mm-hmm.
that's not far.
Let's see.
But I don't think so, man.
Says cigar shop. I don't know if that's a lounge.
A smoke shop, one of them kind of places.
No, it's actually
Oh,
It doesn't say smoke shop. It says cigar shop.
we might need to check it out. We might need to check it out.
Cigar shop in Murphy, North Carolina. But it doesn't look like a lounge.
Gotcha.
And I can't see the outdoors on it either. Let's see.
But in any case, we need to make a point to go out there and
Yeah,
just see what we can find because you never know, right? It's a
you
state.
can always be shocked, man.
Yeah, it's a state ran store, right?
Yeah.
So everything's SRP. It's everything's first come first serve.
I mean, you came home with a banger.
Yeah, like it was something that I'm gonna say I was looking for it, but I wasn't looking hard for it. It was something I wanted, and it was there, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna grab one of these.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm sorry, I should have grabbed one for you.
You absolutely should have.
I should have.
I don't even know why that was a question. We like that bottle so much.
I just didn't know. Number one, I didn't know if you were looking for it, and number two, I knew that you were in the same headspace as me with a lot.
Yeah, but you know, there's certain bottles that you just it's a given. Like you know,
okay.
like because we both like.
Yeah.
I bought a backup of the 10-year.
Yeah. Oh wow, did you?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So.
And have you had the 11-year?
No.
Oh, so you haven't come? Okay. All right.
That's why I'm like, you know.
All right, you need to try it before you leave then.
You know.
Because I.
Do you have any of the 10-year?
Yeah, I've got them both. They're side by side.
Then we should just do that on a podcast, like.
Well, we've done one.
I know, but then now that we have the 11, we should compare them.
Okay, we can do that too. Okay, then I won't give you my opinion. I won't.
Yeah, no, I don't want to know.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this: after going back to the Rebel, I don't like it. I think it got worse, or my palate just opened up.
So we first tried it on a clean palate. Now we're smoking. So it definitely didn't get any better.
I don't like it.
I guess you can't let this one sit in the glass.
No.
You have to just pour it and drink it.
Yeah.
This one is.
This is probably great for cocktails.
Like, I think you can still sip it, but it just needs to be like a quick sipper. You know, you're making small pours.
Yeah, but that kind of defeats the purpose when you're talking about sipping bourbon,
I know, because it does. You're right.
You don't want to hustle through it.
Right. You want to let it develop in the glass, and because that's part of the fun. So I'm with you. I don't think that it tastes bad. I don't think it's the worst criteria bottle that we've had, but I think it falls in that bottom third, which makes it not a sipper.
Yeah, and it makes it. I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah,
like personally.
Yeah, it's not a sipper.
All right, old tub.
Dude, I have so low expectations.
You ain't lied, man.
But it's a bean product, and
yeah, I know.
That's the only.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it on other people's shelves.
Saving grace, like maybe.
Pretty sure I've seen it on other people's shelves, so we're gonna find out. Then fucked around. Now we're gonna find out.
All right, let me see. It's pretty light, man.
It might be lighter than the other.
Like, just saying, like this is a kind of a standard bottle, and so like that's pretty light. But it's bottled in bond, so
I get nothing on the nose. Like it does.
What a terrible name. Maybe I just hope it's not fitting.
That's what I said. Like, hopefully it don't taste like an old tub. I don't even know what an old tub tastes like, but
man, it's so light on the nose.
There's nothing there.
Like I mean, there's nothing. There's no ethanol. Very little like caramel. Very little oak. Like there's less aroma on this than there is on the Rebel.
Yeah, by far.
Which sucks, like for me, because the aroma is a big part of the experience.
Oof. Okay.
Did I just drink whiskey?
Man.
What the hell did I just drink?
I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Dude, that's not good.
Like, I don't like that.
Like,
It kind of tastes like charcoal or something. Like I don't know what the hell. Oh, it's the unfiltered.
What's this like filtered? Just water? Half the bottle of water? Because, you know, it's 100 proof, right? It's just water.
It's tub water.
Here it is filtered. Where'd the other half go? It got filtered.
Yeah, I could do without finishing that. It might be that low down the list.
No, it's definitely that low down the list.
I could definitely do
We've
without finishing
we've only thrown out one pour before, and it was in the low proof blind.
I don't even want to put that in a barrel.
Okay.
No, I mean, you do your thing if that's what you want to do. Like we can do it, but I don't think.
I feel like it's going to bring it down.
It would ruin whatever we put in there.
The others that are going in there, they're not terrible.
No.
They're just not great.
Yeah, like that's just not.
Like this one could go in there.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's just good enough. This one's not good.
No.
This one, what's the?
I don't even remember. Was it? Did we throw that out? Was that the one we threw out? We threw out something else.
But Dant, I think, was the one that we put at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, but what did we throw out?
Oh, that was the 1792 small batch. We threw it out. Yeah, we threw it out. It was terrible. Absolutely.
I need to go home and taste that.
You have it?
I have it.
Oh,
because remember we bought it in the package.
I know. I forget what I did with it. I think I might have gave that one away.
I broke the cork. So it's fitting. I broke the cork, and it has a Blanton's top on it.
You are not right for that. You are not right for that.
It's all that would fit. Like
it's funny that it even fits.
You know, but
it's a pretty fat top, right? Yeah. I don't remember what I did with mine. I'm pretty sure.
I don't need to go home and drink. I honestly like.
I'm pretty sure
I probably should give them away.
I'm pretty sure I brought it to the lounge and gave it away.
I should probably give it away. Like, you know, because the reality is I am never going to drink them. Like the only only way it's going to get drank is if somebody comes to the house and happens to like it. I guess I could bring it to the lounge.
Yeah.
But I still,
you know, it's one of. So I know you're talking about keeping stuff to give to other people that aren't like bourbon drinkers, but I just don't know. I couldn't even give somebody like that something that is just terrible, right? Like I'll give them my 101, my turkey 101. Drink that, you know, or
some people. So like my thing is a lot of stuff that I give. Some people just don't care what they drink, right? Like
I know.
So, you know.
I know.
And so here's the thing, right? I have one friend who I'm trying to develop into bourbon. So he needs to taste those things.
Okay, true enough.
Right? So you need to taste the bad shit.
Taste the bad shit. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? So
fair enough.
You know, and
it's part of why we do this.
Yeah.
Right? Because some of them have been pretty good.
The thing is if you don't taste this, you don't know what great is.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to have gone through that. Like seriously, man, if y'all think about where we started our bourbon journeys, which we've been drinking bourbon for a while, but never on a level that we are now, right? Like where we actually care about what we drink. Like when I was drinking bourbon previously, it was cool to go with a cigar. Now it's truly about the experience and, you know, what are we drinking?
Right. It's actually something that we can separate from the cigar smoke.
Right. You know, so and you think about like where we've been the last 4 years.
Right.
It just my palate is night and day different.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so
absolutely.
And I attribute a lot of that to tasting everything.
The whole journey, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, that's just not good. Like that's one of those like I just want to pour that out.
Yeah.
Like,
so we'll leave it alone. We're close to the end of the episode, so we should probably talk about the cigar a little bit.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, that's true. We haven't hit the cigar at all. So, I mean, what do you think? You've never had one of these before.
I haven't. It's okay, right?
Yeah,
it's not.
No, it's an average cigar.
It's a rotation stick. Let's be honest. Like
absolutely.
You've smoked a couple of cigars. You know, you want to keep smoking, but you don't want to burn up, you know, something that's really good, overly expensive, right? You go to something like this. I don't think it's a bad cigar. Is it something that I want to smoke 5 days a week? God, no. Like, you know, so.
For me, this is one of those cigars that you can start smoking it, and if you have to put it down,
You don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah.
It's better than a lawn stick,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not one of your better cigars that you get all bent out of shape that you can't smoke the whole thing because something comes up,
Yeah.
whatever.
And
Right?
so, truth be told, with this cigar, like, I don't think it's bad. I think it would be better if we were drinking better things.
And that might be the case.
Right? So, like, we're not enjoying, me personally, I'm not enjoying either to the full extent, right? Because those two, neither one of them are like, normally we have a bourbon that can, make up for the lack of a great cigar,
Yeah.
or a cigar that can make up for the lack of a great bourbon.
Right.
This is an El Cheapo day. Like,
it is an El Cheapo day.
Sometimes this is just it. Like, you ain't got a whole lot of time. You don't have a whole lot of resources. You're not going to be upset at these because they're drinkable. The old tub is not. Let me stop lying. The old tub is not drinkable. Don't drink that. Don't do that, man.
It's not good.
It's not good. But the Rebel 100, you can get away with that with this cigar. And it's still, if you were in the company of the right people, it's still okay, right? Because me and you can finish this and we'll be all right. I'm not drinking the old tub. I'm not going to have no more of that Rebel neither, but.
No. We're going to move on to something else.
Yeah. If I was in a group of people, you know what I'm saying, we just chatting like we're doing, like the time is passing, we didn't even realize it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So.
30 minutes went by and.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize it. So.
I mean, the experience was all right.
Yeah. So listen, let's go final thoughts, I guess. I know we kind of started it, but so for me, the cigar, it's a very much average cigar. I think it's better than the lawn stick, but I don't think it's going to be one of those that you pull out to impress anybody or for any kind of special occasion or anything like that. Like it's not even close to that. It is a sub $10 SRP. I think I got it for like half that.
Yeah.
So again,
that's truthfully a phenomenal price point for it.
Yeah, like it's one of those that like if there's something comes up and I can't get through it, then I don't care. If I'm deep in the night and I'm just enjoying the night, watching football, whatever, and I don't really care what I'm going to smoke. I just want to smoke something right here. Like we've all been in a situation where I just want to smoke something. You pull this thing out.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to love it, but you're not going to hate it.
I agree.
As far as the smoke, the drinks are concerned, the old tub is just a no. Like there's nothing you can do with that. You're not going to mix that. Like maybe you put that in some big ass punch bowl, just to spike it up or something. But
I mean, you might be able to do it in some, some stuff that's sweeter, right? Like some sweeter drinks.
Yeah, but this is not going to enhance the flavor of anything. So
nah,
it's got to be something that you can't even taste the liquor.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Rebel, I don't mind it. It's not great. I don't think that I would visit it very often, but I think it's something that a starter, could very easily start with as part of their journey. This would be a good bottle to bring to a gathering that might have people that aren't high up on the bourbon list. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't really care what they drink, or that maybe they just started. So this would be something like take as much as you want.
Yeah.
That's one of those kinds of bottles.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'm not giving you a skunk, but it ain't great.
Don't disagree.
So that's where I'm at. How about you?
Yeah, so pretty close to the same. On the cigar, like I do want to highlight, it is a Rocky Patel. So for the price point, it's still very well made, right? So it's good construction. It's burned well. It did go out on me once, but we were talking and having a good conversation, and the sign of me not really enjoying a cigar is if it goes out on me because I smoke fast. They normally don't go out.
True.
So I don't think it's a bad cigar. It's got great combustion, great smoke production. It's burning pretty evenly. The wrapper is staying intact. So all in all, I think it's a decent cigar to smoke. I'm not trying to say it's not a good cigar to smoke. It's just not for me. Realistically, my everyday smoke at this point, I can afford a little bit more, so I probably ain't gonna visit this a whole bunch of times, right? There's other stuff out there. I think the real thing, like Jason said, is on a night where you've had a few cigars and you want something else to smoke, or you're in that situation where you want to smoke and you might have to go somewhere soon. This is a perfect stick for you.
Or if somebody comes over and they want to have a cigar with you,
and they don't smoke on the regular,
they don't smoke, you give them one of these.
Good stick.
Because you're not going to be hurt. Right?
Yeah. If I find it on the back porch, half smoked, I'm not gonna flip about it. Yeah. So as far as the spirits, the Rebel is okay. It's tolerable.
I feel like you're just reaching
I'm not.
for some accolades. Like you're trying to not dog it.
No, the Rebel is okay.
Okay, all right.
Like it's tolerable. Like
okay, all right.
It's never gonna be something I reach for.
Sure.
Ever.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna pretend like if somebody came to the house and was like, "Hey, I'd like to have some bourbon," I'd be like, "Hey, you drink bourbon on a regular? No, here you go. You can try that. Well, what are you gonna drink? Not that. Not that.
Distractor bottle.
But the old tub, and it is that. It is not good. It is, like Jason said, a straight no. I'm out on it. Yeah.
And we haven't been like that on too many bottles. To be honest with you, like I don't know how many bottles we've.
But it's funny. Before we started, I told you, I said, even us saying that we don't like something is still good content. It's truthful, right? Like I hate to be the guy that like we try to find something good about everything. Like, hey, I'm not a huge fan of this cigar. I'm not a huge fan of the old tub. The Rebel is just okay. I'm never gonna touch it, but I think it's an okay bottle to have at my house for those people that want something that has enough flavor, is good enough proof. But it's not gonna break the bank. And if they tossed it in the sink, I wouldn't feel bad.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, that's what I got.
All right, let's wrap it up, man.
Y'all know what it is, man. Another episode of High Proof Ashes. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you get notifications when we drop new content. It's 2025, baby. It has started off rocky, but we're going to get back to it like, we're supposed to do it.
Rocky.
Yeah, But I'm Durant. No cool nickname. My co-host.
Jason JB Smoke. Y'all put some smoke in the air. See y'all later.